Look at that. Hey guys, AJ here, back on level 1 for you. So guys, I always say that these female cops that the Ponytail Patrol, absolutely useless, right? Hey guys, electing 304s, horrible idea, right? These mayors, these governors, right? Guys, these judges, right? Guys, electing a 304 is the worst possible outcome. You know why?
A woman in politics is like a donkey doing calculus.
Hey guys, the West Coast can fall off into the ocean at this point, right? And a lot of it's because all the crime. And guys, there's all these 304 judges to get elected, and they're soft on crime, right? And they let Nug Nug and Pookie and Gerardo out of jail, and the next day they're robbing everybody. So guys, here we have a case of a judge in Renton, Washington that's been letting gangbangers and murderers out of jail. So guys, we'll get into this, but before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment, guys. I have a second channel, check that out. I have a Discord, check that out. There's a playlist at the end, and let's get into this.
Two dangerous suspects, an accused rapist and an accused killer, are on the run tonight, each wanted on felony arrest warrants after failing to show up in court.
Look at that.
One King County judge, Johanna Bender, is responsible for setting them free.
Guys. Didn't you just kind of know that this is what this judge would look like? Look at that.
Lesbian.
Now, in a Fox 13 News Spotlight exclusive, the family of one of the victims and the Renton police chief are demanding answers.
Look at that.
Dashcam video from September 7th at about 10:03 p.m. shows the seconds leading up to the hit-and-run homicide of 60-year-old Tim Gerchmez. 19-year-old Urias Morales Perez was on the way home from a birthday party in his 2002 Honda Civic. He stopped at the intersection of Airport Way and Rainier Avenue South, waiting for the red light to turn. Tim starts walking through the crosswalk. The light changes, but Morales Perez waits several seconds before he suddenly accelerates, making a left turn, hitting Tim, knocking him up onto the windshield, smashing it. He was hit 2 days before his mom was scheduled to visit.
Damn.
He didn't even tap on his brake after he hit my son with his car. He just kept going and went home.
He was located a short time later by our officers, obviously intoxicated.
Renton Fire tried to save Tim's life, but he died at Harborview Medical Center. Prosecutors charged Morales Perez with vehicular homicide and hit-and-run felony. It was his second hit-and-run. Bail was initially set at $100,000. But
guys, it was his second hit-and-run.
then, at his arraignment 2 weeks later, Judge Johanna Bender agreed to lower it to $10,000, with only $1,000 cash needed to post bond. She made that decision before realizing that Tim's sister and mother had joined the court hearing via Zoom.
Were there any other conditions that the state wanted to address?
Yes, before the victim's family was on Zoom, and they also wanted to speak.
Oh, of course. I apologize.
Beth McIntyre argued against releasing Morales Perez.
I feel, and I think my family feels, that he remains a danger to the community and should stay in jail so he doesn't kill anybody else until his sentencing.
I didn't even want him to have an ankle monitor. He killed somebody. He should have been in jail.
Now, guys, let's pump the brakes here really, really fast. Guys, do you think these two knuckleheads voted for the judge that was soft on crime or the judge that was tough on crime, right? Come on, guys, this is Washington State. So we all know that all these chicks are all these woke.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
So this is what happens when you get what you voted for.
Till his sentencing.
Judge Bender stood by her decision.
Of course she did.
The law requires that I presume that anybody accused of a crime is innocent unless and until they are convicted or plead guilty.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Guys, I haven't translated. You can't understand what she's saying.
And related to that, the law requires that I presume that people should be released from jail before trial.
So I don't think it mattered what we said or if we were even on the call.
Phyllis and Beth say releasing a homicide suspect on low bail sends a message that human life doesn't matter.
This is craziness.
Yeah, and is your fear not only that you don't have any sense of even some closure, but also that he might hurt other people?
Well, that was the biggest thing is I was like, why would you let a young 19-year-old go that killed a 60-year-old man and then not expect him to do it again?
The next month, Morales Perez was back in court, where prosecutors asked Judge Bender to remand him to jail because the county had a backlog on setting up his electronic home alcohol monitor. She ruled it's not his fault and denied the request to hold him.
What?
So I'm going to allow your client to remain in the community, and in a significant exercise of trust on my part, I am going to believe that he is going to continue to engage in the good law-abiding behavior that he has been engaging in.
Look at that, guys. He's going to continue to engage in the good law-abiding behavior.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Clown world.
And
Then on November 8th, Morales Perez failed to show up for a plea hearing, so a $200,000 warrant was issued for his arrest. Out of concern for the safety of his community, Renton Police Chief John Schultz emailed this letter to Judge Bender challenging the comments she made in court, writing, "Good law-abiding behavior. Let's not forget he killed a member of our community while operating a motor vehicle impaired," and asking for clarification on her decision. So I can explain to my community, can you please help me understand the logic of allowing Mr. Perez to be free pending trial? I feel as though his behavior has been minimized at the expense of public safety.
Was there something on our end that she was looking at that maybe held a problem for him being held in custody?
And what response did you get?
I got no response back.
Of course.
This wasn't the first time Renton police have arrested a dangerous suspect, only to see Judge Bender set them free.
Look at that.
Hell no. Hey, where's Littleton? Oh my God, bro, you got his blind.
Jamari Wilson was finally caught by the Violent Crime Unit after a year on the run. He cut off his GPS tracker after Judge Bender released him from jail on electronic home monitoring.
Damn.
He's back in jail now on $350,000 bail, charged with new gun crimes.
Look at that.
And then there's Jose Lopez. Renton police arrested him for rape second degree.
Look at
Judge Bender gave him electronic home monitoring. He disabled it and hasn't been seen.
So he got caught on a SA charge and she let him loose. Look at that, guys. Man.
Since.
Yeah, I think it really thwarts the trust in the justice system when our community sees it's almost like a revolving door of we're arresting these violent criminals and then they're allowed and released back out on the street.
While judicial rules prohibit judges from doing interviews about their decisions, Judge Bender did address criticism she's received. Her comments came at a hearing last October to increase Kashawn Jemerson's bail. He's accused of killing a handyman. Judge Bender told the suspect's mother she empathized with her.
This hearing isn't about me, but I will share with you that I often get death threats based on the decisions that I make, which is equally frustrating to me because I'm trying to do my job and it should not be the responsibility.
Guys, that knucklehead who did this showed a deleted an elderly man with a brick. And they're trying to argue that the bail she said is too low. Imagine a young knucklehead deletes a guy with a brick and you have to go to court as a family member and say, hey, look, judge, this bail is too low. Clown world.
Ability of any member of the public to threaten my life because I am trying to uphold the law. So I am very empathetic to the situation that the family finds themselves in.
Why is she on the suspect's side rather than the victim?
Tim's family doubts they'll ever get justice for his hit-and-run death.
Of course they won't.
Renton police say they believe Morales Perez has fled to Mexico. Phyllis says when Judge Bender released him for 10 days with no ankle bracelet, it gave him time to plan his escape.
I think she should be removed from the bench. I'm sure she's done a lot more harm than good.
That's a challenge in Washington State. Judge Bender was appointed by Governor Inslee in 2015 and later elected to the bench. Superior Court judges are not subject to voter recall like other elected officials. Families like Tim's can file a complaint with the Judicial Conduct Commission. They can recommend that a judge be suspended, but the state Supreme Court makes the final ruling. In his letter to Judge Bender, Chief Schultz writes, I understand that it's your discretion to set bail for those suspects that are seen in your court. I also know that several considerations should be made in that determination, such as severity of the charges, risk to the public, and prior criminal history.
They should look at the safety to the community when making these decisions. I think what we're seeing is a lot of empathy shown towards the suspects, and without that same lens looking at how it affects either the victims of the crime, the families of the victims, or the community at large.
As of this month,
Look at that, guys. Oh.
Judge Bender is no longer presiding over cases in Superior Court. As part of their normal rotation, she's now one of the judges in Juvenile Court, where we will continue to track her decisions.
Oh, that doesn't make me feel any better, right? Now she's in Juvenile Court judging the Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? And guys, this is what happens in these woke states, guys. All you guys that are on the West Coast, leave. Because this is not happening in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Alabama, Florida. Oh, no, 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 right? And guys, what kind of world do we live in where these judges care more about the criminals than the citizens, right? Absolutely insane, man. And guys, this is because women voted them in. These women vote for this. All these super progressive policies, right? And then they want to come crying to us, right, when something goes wrong. Nope, I don't care, guys. They got what they voted for. All right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and guys, I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys.